Hallo Leute! So as you've probably already figured out by now, this is not going to be a regular episode of Irregular Verbs of the Week. It's not going to be an episode at all. It's rather going to be a little guide on how this is going to work from now on. And that is why this is going to go at the very top of the playlist Irregular Verbs of the Week. So you know what's going on, and in case you're new, first of all, hi, and secondly, this is how verbs work here. So you don't have to figure it out yourself. I'm going to explain it now. So, since now we have talked about tenses, we can now finally start including the irregular forms of the Präteritum and Perfekt of irregular verbs. I had thought when I started with this, I had thought about including all three forms from the very beginning, but as is the internet, and you know, since you're not a bunch of little students just going, oh well, I guess it's gonna turn up at some point, I would have gotten a shitstorm from the people that have no clue about Präteritum and Perfekt yet, and who could blame them, because you kind of get nervous when you don't know what you're doing. So basically, I would have had to explain what they are before explaining the tenses properly, and it would have been neither here nor there. So the good thing that would have come with it would have been that you would already know all three forms for all verbs that we've done so far, but the bad thing would be that all along you would have no clue what you're doing. So I opted for not putting them in so far. So that basically just means more work for me now, because I have to I have to revisit all of the verbs that we've done so far. So, to make it more clear for you what is actually contained in an irregular verb, because we have the three kinds now, and we have plenty of videos where there's only one conjugation, and that is the present. I'm going to color code them in the thumbnails. And that is going to work as follows. This that you've been seeing for the past however long I've been talking, 2 minutes, this is the thumbnail that you already know, and this is going to be the one that indicates the present tense, the present, so the conjugations that you know so far from irregular verbs of the week. So this is going to be yellow or yellowish, means just the present tense, and that's it. The two colors that I'm going to add, drum roll, are of course red and black, or blackish, to indicate the Präteritum with red and the Perfekt with black. So that means from now on, when I talk about a verb that has an irregularity in all three tenses that it can have an irregularity in, the thumbnail will indicate that by having the colors of the German flag and not just one or two of them. So that's the basic idea. What I'm going to do for the verbs that I've already done the presence of is the following. They're still going to get the three-color thumbnail, and I'm going to put a link to the presence forms at the very beginning, and then talk about the Präteritum and Perfekt forms in that new video. There's also going to be videos that have a thumbnail in only black and red, because there are actually plenty of verbs, actually more than the three-colored ones, that only have an irregularity in the Präteritum and the Perfekt, but not in the present tense. Now you can think of that as an upside or a downside, I don't know, but those exist. So you're going to be seeing plenty of thumbnails in only red and black as well. Yeah. So that's going to be happening. I don't know, I don't want to say for certain yet, but maybe there are going to be one or two odd verbs in between that only have a black or a red thumbnail, because they're only irregular in the Präteritum or the Perfekt. I don't even think there are any of that. I think there's like one that only has the Präteritum, I think. But if that ever happens, you will know from the colors. So yeah, that's the idea. Most for now we'll have a three-colored version, because I want to wrap up the ones that have an irregularity in the presence, and then after that we're going to do the past tense forms of the ones that we've already discussed. So as I mentioned, this video will go at the very top of the irregular verbs playlist, so that new people know what the hell is going on, and so that you can easily find it if you ever need to rewatch it. But I don't think the 3-color color coding thing is that hard, so I hope you don't have to rewatch this. Anyway, I will see you the next time a video comes out, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Tschüss!